Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be sculpting a Russian almond nail with hard gel, and I've just done it in this bright neon. So let's get started. We are going to start by pushing the cuticles back gently. You can either use an orange wood stick or a cuticle pusher. And with a medium sanding band at a low speed, and we will start the cuticles. We're just going to follow them gently round, then come down the side walls just to get rid of any dead skin. And then we're going to mat the surface. It's not necessary to put too much pressure down when you're doing this, just kind of feather over the nails. When that's done, I'm just going to clean the nails off with some alcohol to get rid of all the dust. Go into a dehydrator. I'm also using an acid-free primer. I'm going to do 2 coats and let this dry before you go into the base coat because we don't want any lifting. You don't want a thick coat of base coats. I've scraped off most of it. Start at the bottom of the nail and kind of rub it and scrub it in. Okay, the edges because that will help prevent any lifting. A tiny bit more on one side of the brush only and go up to the cuticles before I move it out to the side walls, and be careful not to touch the skin. Into the lamp, and I'm going to give it a full cure. In order to fit this, we are going to open the tabs at the back. Pinch the form all the way together at the front with no gap. If it's open, we won't get the shape we want. Just fit the form snugly underneath. Normally we would have it tilting down, but today we're going to do it a little bit differently. Align the center line of the form with the middle of the nail, and today we are going to kick it up. Front part of the form slightly higher than the nail will give us a hidden apex and a flatter structure on the top of the nail. Now I'll take a little tiny bit and roll it off at the free edge, and I'll start to kind of work it from side to side gently, not losing contact, but pulling it down to, well, the length we want. What we're doing differently today is not following in the lines, but we are going to bring it straight out. You can actually do this in sections, just flash cure it in between. If you do the free edge in several parts and freeze cure it, you're not going to make such a mess and it will be easier to control. I'm happy with the extension. I am going to give it a full cure. Because this is a hard build gel, it needs to be filed off. I want to create a protective layer on the nail, so when I file, I don't file all the way down onto the natural nail. I'll scoop up a small amount and just place it at the top. I don't want this to be thick, and push it gently to the cuticles, it down in like a circular motion before I drag it over the free edge. This will help when we take the form off as well because it won't break off. Cure that. This is a coloured builder gel. Normally I would go in a bit later after I built a little bit more of the nail with the clear, but I really want to show you what it looks like. I'm doing a really thin layer. I'm just going to give that a full cure before we remove the forms. And the way I do that is just gently pinch them together and bring them off from the underneath. The reason I'm going in and refining the shape is because I don't want to keep bulking the nail up when I start to build it. If we make sure that the free edge comes straight out and it's actually got an almond shape at the front, it will be a much better guideline for when we start applying more gel. I'm just going to start with a slip layer. That is a thin layer from cuticle to free edge. I'm not going to cure that. I'm actually going to pick up some more gel. Start by gently pushing it up to the cuticles and bringing it down in small circular motions. I'm not going to be building like the apex with this. This is just to kind of give it a base foundation. Just fill in parts if you're missing anything before you give it a cure. And I'm going to do it the exact same way again before I start building the structure with builder gel. I've picked up a medium blob of gel that I've deposited on the nail. Now I absolutely hate it if the gel starts running away from me, so I'll show you a little trick that I do to prevent that. I always start by gently sort of pushing out to the cuticle and the side walls. And as always, I am going to bring it down with light circular motions. When I've got the gel down to the free edge approximately, I will lay my brush flat and split it. Now, if I flash cure that for 30 seconds, that is going to prevent it from running into the side walls so that I can actually apply some more and still have control. Second time around, I'll apply a little bit more. I'll apply it a little bit further down the back 2/3 because I want to start building the apex. I'm going to start to sweep it down now. Pick up another amount and roll it in to the area where the product is missing. Now this time I'm not going to work all the way from side to side. I'm going to try to keep it in the middle because this is where we want our structure, and just pull it flat at the front before we give it a full cure. If you're a beginner, you can do this in several steps if you find it difficult to control it, and that will give you a much better result than putting too much on and have it run everywhere, and that will also save you a lot of filing. Remove the sticky layer. Because I'm a little bit lazy, I am going to use a coarse ceramic bit. This is green. It's a barrel shape, which means it can lay flat on the nail. I can raise the shape in without using too much time and effort hand filing. I can also use this bit to just get rid of some of the bulk on top of the nail, because this is where we're going to start shaping it. Do a bit at a time because you don't want to remove too much, otherwise you're going to be putting more product back on. And I'm going to go in with a tapered ceramic bit. This one's fine. Neaten them up and make them flush. And also the ledges that we ended up with after using the barrel bit, I'll be able to come down on the sides and blend them in really nice. And to finish it off, I will have to use a hand file. And the front part of it, in order to make it a Russian almond, I need to kick that up. So I won't be holding my file straight. I will actually be angling it so that we get that little sharp point. Give that a good dusting. And then I am going to go in with my top coat. I'm just going to do a thin layer because we don't want to go and bulk the nail up again. And when that's cured, we're going to have a look at the final result. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. And until the next time.